What is going on, everybody?
Oh!
It is Pixelparters here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2. When we left off, there was that Marmatch fellow with the balloons, and he was getting a little, there's a little bit of fishiness going on, a little bit involving the balloons and all that. We're gonna get down to that, because this photo that was given to us by the little bohemian boy. Yeah, Gots, I can't say the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there's a clue inside that photo. There's many clues. And so we will target one of them. My lord. Look at this photo. It's clearly visible. And if I connect the clue with another piece of evidence,
Yep, we know what to
we'll come to a
do.
conclusion. I'll turn this trial completely on its head.
We're good at that.
All right. So was it going to be, because it's been a while since we've done this, the clue that shows what, or how the, it said how the balloon to explode would be
That.
this. X button? X button. There we are. To be frank, the timing of this photograph is nothing short of a miracle.
You're not Frank.
Didn't I make that joke last time or the
Yeah.
time before? Here you may notice a long white line stretching towards the hot air balloon. This is most likely glare, or reflection of light that's been caught by the camera.
I don't see anything here.
If you use a magnifying glass, it should become clear what it is. I'll assume it's the judge.
Yeah. What is it?
Now that I look at it, it certainly seems like something, seems to be something sparkling.
Is this lightning?
But there weren't any clouds but there wasn't a cloud in sight that day.
There you go.
Or maybe it's fire. Oh, wait, he had more of like a...
An old man.
was trying to flame his head straight towards a hot air balloon.
God. To my aged eyes, it does look like fire. But oh my, could this fire have set the hydrogen gas alight?
Ridiculous, the hot air balloon was 60 feet above the ground. How do you suppose the fire even reached a point so far away?
We'll tell you.
Simple. A piece of evidence left at the scene reveals the method used. What?
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's been a
Defense,
while.
the court asks that you present your evidence. So your voice is reacting the same way that I first started reacting with the judge?
Yeah, but that's going to be a crossbow.
Yep.
Take a look at this. It's not a photograph for once, so I can't make that joke. It was hidden underneath some trees near the scene.
Isn't that a crossbow?
If you smeared the tip of an arrow with oil, set a light, and fired using this crossbow, you can shoot an arrow of fire right into a balloon filled with hydrogen.
It's kind of badass.
No. Are you saying that the crossbow was used too?
You know, the more I gander it is, the more it looks like an arrow on fire.
Then the explosion of that balloon was... There's a possibility that it was caused by the hydrogen gas being set alight by a fiery arrow. What?
We haven't seen that in a while. You good?
Yo, I have a phlegm that is stuck in my throat.
Order, this was certainly unexpected.
Now we expected it, but anyways, if you just want
For them,
a
they
balloon,
didn't see that coming.
yeah, there's not much stopping you from using a gun. But the culprit couldn't use a gun at the scene because
Yeah.
everyone would hear the gunshot.
Crossbow's
Exactly.
quiet.
Crossbows don't use gunpowder, so it'd be easy to fire without making a sound.
Yep. True. There was a gunshot in such a stuffed place, everyone would have gone radio rental.
Well, I'd say the explosion caused enough of a panic anyway. What in the world? I found a new possibility, but I have a really bad feeling about it. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Fire a flaming arrow into a hydrogen-filled balloon, and of course it'll explode. And from the resulting explosion appeared a cage.
Hold it, ain't that kind of dodgy? I ain't too sure about this, but are we even positive that the cage was teleported there? Oh, what does that mean?
Go time. Showtime. That's it. This is why I feel so uneasy. There may be another possibility. The cage might have been hidden inside the hot air balloon from the start.
What in the world? What are you saying?
This is it. Now that the gears have started turning in my head, I can't stop. Keep this train rolling all night long.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Suppose the cage was hidden in the hot air. Wow, okay, that's not how I was expecting it to be. Like, literally just in.
Well, I mean, it wasn't in the basket, so.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Would have been a rough job to get that up there in the first place, but hey, not my job. Suppose the cage was hidden in the hot air balloon. First, the experiment began. The cage on stage vanished in the smoke. That's when someone on the ground fired a flaming arrow. If the balloon up in the air exploded, the audience's attention would be drawn there. The hidden cage then emerged from the smoke of the explosion as it fell. Now you all see. This is the truth behind the experiment that London bore witness to.
What? What?
Oh yeah, we got the whole place rocking.
Yep, he's like, hold on.
Preposterous is going to be called an experiment anymore. A childish trick at best. It's nothing more than foolish stage magic.
Both Mr. Holmes and Iris are certain that Dr. Dobinbow's theory is impossible. There's the only possible way they could have been worked.
It could have been worked.
That it could have worked.
What's more, the victim's body was actually found in the cage in the Crystal Tower. How can you explain that other than by teleportation?
Oh, excuse me.
Jesus.
If I may say a word as an expert of magic, you can very easily achieve this with a simple trick. Juror 3?
Coming in clutch.
Now
Yeah.
then, please call me by my proper name, Mr. Grammary. All you would need is to prepare a lookalike to replace the victim. You'd have lookalike take part in the experiment as a body double. Oh, I get it. So the victim may have been hidden in the cage in the balloon the whole time.
You've called this, like, from the
Yep.
very, like, it's the Prestige.
Those balloons are filled with hydrogen. If detonated, anything hidden inside would be blown apart. Having a person inside would be far too dangerous.
Not if they're already dead.
Actually, it's about to explode.
Actually, about explosive grade depends on the radio that makes us. Sorry about that. That's something like that.
Juror 4?
Is your voice okay?
Hydrogen is the only gas used in this balloon that's mixed with others such as helium. Helium is not explosive, but altering the amount contemporary explosivity of hydrogen. So it's possible to alter the ratio of the gases. Of course, the victim's body would have been damaged to some extent. But the proper ratio could easily be used for some flimsy trick.
The
Everything that happened that day can be explained without science. The explosion of the experimental device was never an accident. Both of the explosions could have been part of one big magic trick.
what?
And if this is the truth behind the accident, that would mean the victim was never on stage to begin with. Therefore, that makes it impossible for the defendant to have murdered the victim.
No.
Dang,
I
we
mean-
are just.
That doesn't make it impossible, because I mean, it could have happened at, could have just been like, oh, I could have beforehand put him in a hydrogen balloon. It's like, oh, let's make it look like it was a teleportation.
Yeah.
But
Look
we'll
at
go
that
with it.
shot.
Yeah, the hero pose right there. Prosecutors should find it difficult to formulate a rebuttal now. He can't confidently accuse Dr. Dobinbow of murder anymore. I can think of a few ways.
Yeah.
Let me guess, the scientist said, yep, I saw he's not going to be happy. Oh, Mr. Hood, I appreciate how hard you've been working for me. Did Dr. Dobinbow? How about you've done enough? Just let it go. Say what?
Why are you at the stand, defendant?
Don't you dare tarnish my experiment. Hi, Benjamin Dobinbow of something to confess.
No.
I confess that I stabbed a lighterman again. Yes, I stabbed my trusty partner Andrew.
Dude, what are you.
Oh, wait, no, hold it.
I.
He's going that far to protect his secrets.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
Order! Defendant, do you mean to claim that you,
Dr. Dobinbow, what are you doing? You heard me. Oh, I want to perfect my theory along with the device that supports it. And yet, crying for all you're going as far as to call it a magic trick or even merely a child's toy. Oh, the second I get a device is expected, it's all over for me. All the secrets behind my theory will be laid bare for all to see. You drew up the plan, but it was someone else who made the device. It's highly likely that you were tricked.
Yep.
And it is Barrick.
Jesus.
What?
I'll cooperate with you. Whatever you want, I'll confess to it. Oh, but please. Protect my device by enforcing the TPA. I beg of you.
Wow.
Yeah, you fucking little...
He's just like, I need a drink.
Friendship. To friendship. Please forgive me for imbibing from the Holy Grail at a time like this. Japanese boy.
Sir?
You're the defense attorney. It's time to hold you accountable to your position.
Oh.
Huh?
Do you seriously claim that the experiment was nothing but a trick? Consider the implications of this assertion. That device would no longer be protected under the Technology Protection Act. You'll have the obligation to examine it thoroughly and bring its trickery to light.
Uh-huh.
Next, consider the alternative. The experiment was real and the defendant committed murder. In this case, his theory is safe from scrutiny.
Defense, we await your claim.
Think, what did Mr. Jumbo hire me for? You want me to prove the explosion was an accident and protect his theory. But is that important enough to let him be convicted for a murder he didn't commit? Do I do my job and protect the device? Or do I protect the doctor against his will? No matter what I choose, I'd be betraying my client.
How can you just stand there in silence? Your job is to speak. Or did you suddenly forget the English language, Japanese boy?
He's doing that pose.
Mr. Naruto! There's no way out of this. I have to make a decision. Do I turn my back on Dobunbo? Or the faith he has in his theory? The defense attorney gives opinion that the experimental advice was... Hang on.
Whew.
I'm gonna save. Is it possible to get a bad ending? Because if so, I would imagine that the bad ending would be to say a true scientific breakthrough, just let him get,
Yeah.
convicted of murder and die for his science. But is that what they want us to do? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what the game wants us to do. I don't know if the game wants us to lose. We've had to do that before.
Yeah.
But just for the fun of it, if we can get a get a nice little like a whoopsie poopsie, then let's go for it. Yeah. Oh, there go the eyes.
Yeah.
I can't do it. How am I supposed to betray my client? Never mind.
Huh.
I have no idea who this is.
Question isn't what you stand to betray.
The most important thing is what you stand to protect. Oh, hi.
What?
Hi. 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 Hi.
I.
Hello.
What? What?
Take it away.
It's been a long time, Naruhodo.
Suzuto. Why are you here? It's been a long time since my last Suzuto.
I'll fill you in later. For now, we must fight.
Right now, I need to figure out what I stand to protect and how to stand again.
Dang, okay. Suzuto's here.
Dr. Dobunbo. Yes? Yesterday, you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Ironically, that applies just as well to attorneys. Mr. Naruto, it's my sincere belief that you haven't harmed a single soul. And there's something else. I'm sure you must have already realized it yourself. There's something suspicious about both the experiment and the device. It's only right that we pursue the truth.
Egans, he says.
Yeet. Ow, good God, I hit me in the head!
Poor
I do
person.
apologize. Now then, can you finally return to your senses, attorney?
That's what he wanted him to do.
Now then? What say you, Ben? You heard what the boy said? Surely you have some sort of response?
Eric. Prosecutor Van Zeeks.
I've never heard Lord Van Zeek speak like that before.
Oh. There's actually something that comes to mind. What? The truth is, just before the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. Oh, he was, carrying a crossbow.
What did you say?
It was Mr. Naruto over there.
Oh my god, no.
Dr. Dobunbo. Was there anything that stood out to you about this man's appearance? He was taller and thinner than me, and his hair was whiter, straighter, and longer than mine. He also didn't have glasses like mine. Instead, he was wearing a fancy black monocle. But there's actually no reason to tell you all of this, because I know that man well. He is the mechanical engineer who created my device.
What?
He is the one who created your device. Oh yes, Mr. Madigan introduced him to me a year ago. His name was... Yes, I think it was... Enoch Drebber.
Whoa.
Okay.
What's the matter, sirs?
The very sound of that despicable name disgusts me.
Magicians likewise don't want to be associated with that name.
Huh.
So who is this person?
There are plenty of rumors in scientific circles that sound awfully similar to this case. Rumors of grand scientific experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage magic. Set up by unsavory characters with their eyes on the government's research grant.
Magicians struggling for money often cooperate with such plans. I've heard the name Enoch Drebber from one of my fellow magicians.
And I'm gonna be crafty con-artists with two faces. One of a scientist and one of a magician. That is Enoch Drebber.
Welp.
I don't dislike Van Zieks as much as I did in the first game, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't need to go, my heart doesn't need to go through this again.
Oh. So in the end, my device was nothing but a stage prop for a lousy magic trick. With the knowledge of what kind of person Enoch Drebber is, that does unfortunately seem to be the case. Even if nobody else believed in it, I wanted to.
No.
I wanted to believe that this device was working in accordance with my very theory. That's why you fear the device being scrutinized to such a degree. If the device were to be examined, its structure could be used to analyze my theory. It's true that I believed as much, but at the same time, if the experiment was determined to be nothing more than a cheap trick, that would be it for me. My dreams, my research, my life, gone with the wind. I was just so scared. So you really didn't know. You didn't know how the device was made, nor who Enoch Drebber was. I doubted nothing. I asked no questions. It's likely that Mr. Madigan and Enoch Drebber were working together. They wanted to use you to run off with the research grant for themselves.
Yep. Also, I love how I could just fall right back into Suzuto's voice.
Yeah.
I haven't done her voice in how long?
It's been a while.
Yeah. That's you.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out that it was almost a lifetime chance to show off my science on the big stage. I operated the device according to Drebber's instructions. But all of a sudden, smoke came billowing out. I had no idea what was going on. I still don't know how the thing worked. Honestly, at this point, I don't understand a thing anymore.
Poor guy.
He just wanted the science, man.
Yeah.
If I may confirm one thing with you, defendant. Your experimental device is currently secured by the Technology Protection Act. You will henceforth be preparing for its annulment. Do you object?
No. Be as thorough as you can.
Aww.
I'm really, truly sorry.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
It seems we have no choice but to bring today's trial to a close. Lord Van Zieks,
My lord.
during today's trial, the name of a new related party was brought to light.
Enoch Drebber.
Gather information about this man, and, if possible, have him detained.
As you wish.
Defense?
My lord. Yes?
There's only one thing expected of you for the next stage of the trial. You're expected to present undeniable proof of the defendant's innocence.
Understood.
And with that, court is now adjourned.
Yeah. Perfect.
Whew, we need undeniable proof.
I mean, do that easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Why is Suzuto back?
Well,
She just like sneaks in while his head
Yeah.
is down and just like, hi!
I'd love to know how she was able to sneak past the bailiffs here. Supposed to stop any random person from walking in, and she just
Well, she has
Moseys on
she
in.
has a reason, obviously.
yeah, but no bailiff would let anyone in the court after it started. So, but anyways, it's not important.
Well, if she's, like, she's part of the defense, and
Hello, Mr. Hodo. Yes. I'm honestly, really, truly sorry. I'm sorry that I tricked you and got you involved in this trial. Why did you have to end up like this? I'm honestly, really, truly sorry. But you really had no idea, right? You didn't know who Enoch Drebber really was, or anything about the device he made. Of course I didn't. That device was filled to the brim with my theory and my dreams. And I poured every last sense of my faith I had into it. All right, I believe you. I won't ask again. Your charge of murder is yet to be cleared. I'll make sure to investigate as much as I can before tomorrow. I had to do a double fix. Oh,
Oh.
Anna's down again.
I felt that though.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. You crazy man.
Susanoo! I apologize for being so late today, Naruhodo.
But for being late?
Oh? You did get my postcard informing you of my arrival, didn't you?
What? A postcard?
I wanted it to be a surprise for Ryu, so I kept it a secret from him.
You what?
So, big surprise, right?
Of course I was surprised. She just appeared out of nowhere and threw me to the ground.
I'm so sorry. I was just so happy to see you again that the desire to toss overcame me.
Is that really something you do without thinking?
Susie's train was late getting to the station. We just about managed to get a coach here before the trial ended. At first, I was just cheering you on from the gallery, but I couldn't take it anymore.
So that's why Iris was like, I have to go do something. So he had to go pick up Susa. You got me. Oh, man. Thank
So
you
she was there already. She just came down when she saw him all like stressed out and stuff. Aww.
Thank you so much, Susato.
Oh?
Your presence is always deeply reassuring. I'm so happy that you're back in London.
Thank you, Naruhodo. It's good to be back. I look forward to assisting you again.
But why did you come back in the first place? What about Professor Mikotoba?
Come on, you two. Let's leave all this talk for when we're back in the comfort of Baker Street. I whipped up a special blend of herbal tea just for today. Goodness, I'm impatient to try it. It's been so long. Drinking so much
How's your
Japanese
dad that
tea.
was dying? It's like, oh, he's about. Is that what?
Yeah.
Susa returned to us in London again. At the time, I was just delighted to see her. But looking back, this was where our story would really start to spring into motion.
Oh boy.
To be continued? Yeah. there it is,
Yep.
of course, as always.
But she'll be excited to see Sherlock again.
Yes. Even though Sherlock's being strange over here.
Yeah, he is. He's being mysterious.
Oh, let's see.
Like he knows a lot more than he lets on.
Yes, he
He's
does.
a lot smarter than he
He's-
lets on.
He's working with Barrick on the whole, or not with Barrick, but he's working with Vortex
Mhm.
on the whole Barrick's assistant
Keeping things
slash
hush hush.
probably Asogi over there.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, as our consultant, it's the attic. Just be frank about it.
Oh, oh, this room brings back so many memories. It's just as I remember it.
Even just as dirty.
Though I suppose it has only been half a year.
I made sure to leave it just as it was, ready for you to come back anytime. Though I suppose it's only been half a year.
But Susie, what about your daddy? Is he okay? Oh, he's perfectly fine. He lied to me.
Yeah.
My father?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was 6 months ago, but you were called back to Japan because your father had fallen ill, right?
And yet, you're already back so soon. As I wrote in my letter, father was lying about his illness. He was actually in perfect health, which was a relief to me, of course.
Well, I'm glad that you're back here with us anyway.
There's actually another reason I've come back to London. The conference is being held here soon. It's called the International Forensics Symposium.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Symposium? Isn't that what Lord Vortex was talking about?
Uh-huh. Anyway, I'm so glad to be back. After all, I still haven't fulfilled my promise to you, Iris. Huh?
But can you tell us about everything that happened in Japan?
Of course. I got to be an attorney. They thought I
one
was a
more
boy.
thing.
I kind of used your
Yeah.
name. Don't make it weird.
There was something in your letter that I wanted to ask about. It was about him. Kazuma Sogi.
Yes, I'll tell you everything.
Okay. Well, I guess let's just go through the order. Of course, Sogi's at the bottom.
Yeah. When I returned to Japan, I honestly thought I would never get to come back here again. But oddly enough, after that trial at the Supreme Court, my father's attitude changed.
Yeah, trial. You mean the case where Giselle Brett was killed, right?
Oh yeah, Susie! You dressed up as a boy, didn't you? Yes, I did. Women are not allowed in the Supreme Court, you see, so I had no choice. Wowie! I wish I could have seen you! You do too, right for you!
Yeah, I guess so.
I want to try being a defense attorney one day! Maybe I should put on a beard!
The bigger problem here is trying to hide the fact that you're a 10-year-old girl.
Yeah. To be a dwarf.
Can I ask you something?
And my axe!
Yeah, she would be just Gimli. That item we found in Soseki's room. That was the reason your father called you back to Japan, wasn't it?
Yes, it was because of that large dog collar with the emblem that we found. It seems Soseki drew the emblem in his report. Apparently, my father went pale the moment he saw it.
I wonder what it is about that emblem.
My father studied here in the British Empire for 6 years. I imagine something must have happened during that time. If my father is going to hide things from me, then I will just have to find the answers myself. That is why I don't intend to hide anything from you two anymore either. Susie! Your dad's dead. No.
It's like, maybe I'll hide one thing. It's like, don't just say that, Jesus Christ. Think about the poor girl. She must still feel better having to keep that secret before. Alright, the symposium. One Vortex told us about it. It's the world's largest international conference and is hosting many investigative authorities.
My father and Judge Jigoku were invited as representatives of Japan. Getting invited to such an event is a real honor.
Professor Mikitoba is Japan's leading authority in forensics, so I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah, he is.
But the other person, Judge Jigoku, who's that?
Seishiro Jigoku. You know him well, Naruhodo. You should, I mean. You haven't forgotten your trial a year ago, I'd hope. You know, the judge, he has a name in our country.
Yeah.
That day you were judged by the court in the Empire of Japan.
Of course I remember. I had such a wonderful time after all.
Sarcasm runs in the right family.
Yeah.
His Honor Seishiro Jigoku was the judge who oversaw that trial.
To be honest, I'd be happy never seeing him ever again.
Anyway, since my father received an invitation, I was permitted to accompany him. He's actually meant to arrive next month, but I got a little impatient. So I asked if I could come earlier.
I gotta say, though, Lord Vortex is really putting his all into the preparations for this symposium thing.
Of course, Lord Vortex was the one to propose the idea, after all. He aims to leave a stunning record and become the British Empire's Attorney General.
Attorney General.
To stand at the apex of Britain's legal system and create the world's greatest police force. According to my father, that is Lord Vortex's ambition.
I wonder how Professor Mikitoba knows so much about Lord Vortex.
Man.
Lord Vortex actually told me about that yesterday, but I zoned out for most of it, so I don't really remember what he said.
Oh my, sounds like you had quite the rough time.
You have no idea.
I was raging the whole time, it was great.
So, we're going to talk about Giselle Brett's murder and Kazuma Sogi, two very important things that are going to play a part in this story, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this kind of brought us into this with the whole Giselle Brett thing, which also involved, you know, Iris's dad and getting killed by Giselle Brett and then all that stuff. It's just craziness, but we're going to go over that next time.
Oh boy.
And now we got Susanoo back, so that's fun.
We do! I have another voice besides Iris!
And the judge. And
yes,
the judge.
you, yes.
I know.
I just want to see Sherlock again.
Of course.
Go downstairs, everyone, right now.
He's busy.
What, sleeping? Oh, wait, no, he never sleeps. What am I saying?